At 10 as well, more than 20 animals were rescued from what officials are calling a hoarding situation in Addyston.
One dog was found dead, and investigators are trying to find out if there are more dead animals on the property.
Courtney King set out to find out. She's live with the story you'll only see right here on Fox 19 now.
Yeah, Trisha and Rob, right now we're live outside of Cincinnati Animal Care because this is where authorities brought the 19 dogs, 1 cat and 1 kitten earlier today. And actually, you can hear dogs barking as we stand outside. And investigators say charges are going to be sought against the man who was supposed to be taking care of the animals, but they are still figuring out what to charge him with. We do need to warn you, some of the details in this story are disturbing. Earlier this week, the Hamilton County Dog Warden's Office got a tip about possible abandoned dogs in this house on Main Street in Addyston.
From officers' point of view, they could see some animals through the windows living in deplorable conditions. Some didn't have food or water and chained to the wall. Officers obtained a warrant Wednesday. They found 19 dogs, including 6 puppies, a cat, and a kitten when they went into the home. Well, what we found was feces all over the floor, trash, garbage, debris, typical hoarding, situation. Officers also found a dead dog wrapped in plastic bags in a deep freezer. Troy Taylor with the Dog Warden's Office says they are trying to see if there are more dead dogs on the property because the tipster claims dogs are buried in shallow graves in the backyard. Still continuing the investigation. We're still looking at certain areas in there to validate that information. Taylor says some of the dogs are malnourished because they weren't given food or water. He says the homeowner wasn't staying in the home at the time, but her son was. The mother had knee surgery and had been staying in Indiana at the time. The son was supposedly still living here, although had not been here for several days.
Can hear him barking all the time.
Robin Victor lives next door. She says she is relieved the dogs were rescued because she would often hear them barking, not knowing how many were inside.
And never seen them out, ever. And I want to say the last 3 or 4 years, no dogs have been out, except for maybe 2. I did speak with Cincinnati Animal Care over the phone, and I asked them when the dogs will be available for adoption, but they tell us that they don't know yet because they still have to go through a full medical exam and a behavioral exam, but we will update you when we have that information. But we're live from Animal Care. Courtney King, Fox 19 now.
Courtney, I was just curious. I saw you during that interview, you had a mask on. I was just wondering if it was because of the smell, and then if it was on a scale of 1 to 10, put it there.
Tricia, yes, it was because of the smell, and the authorities on scene gave both myself and our photographer Austin the masks. It did smell very, very bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say probably an 8 at times, or maybe even a 10, depending on which parts of the scene. If you stepped one way, you would be hit with the smell, and then you would walk a different way and you'd be okay. When the wind would blow, you'd be hit with the smell. At one point, it made our photographer nauseous. So, I stepped away at one point because of it. He was getting video, but then he took a break as well. So it was very bad. It was noticeably bad.
Yeah, I bet. That's a lot of animals. That had to be loud.
Courtney, thanks.